Hi, my name is Zai, and this is how I play Quake Live. I need a great mouse to keep up with the Twitch precision style, so I'm testing mice to see which one is best. But there are some key things to remember when looking at mice. There's no such thing as perfect, and we all want different things. The idea is to find the one that's most suitable to you. This is the SteelSeries Sensei, an ambidextrous mouse with an ADNS 9500 laser sensor. 8 buttons, and it weighs about 92 grams. Those are the 4 most important factors to a mouse: shape, buttons, sensor, and weight. In this review, I'm going to try to help you understand if it's right for you. We'll start with the 4 main points before getting to the extra details. First, the shape. It's important to know your hand size and grip style for this. My hand is about 18 cm base to tip, and about 9 cm across from thumb to knuckle of little finger. This is a medium-sized mouse, but there are several factors to look at here. The buttons have a steep slope, which makes it less suitable for fingertip grip. It's decent for palm grip, and is good for claw. And there are no comfort grooves in the buttons. The hump is 3.5 cm high, and is more toward the back, meaning it's more comfortable for claw and fingertip grip. It's 5.6 cm wide, that's the grip width, and from the edges of the mouse feet, meaning the parts that are touching the pad, it's 11.2 cm. This means the dimensions are close to a 2:1 ratio, which seems ideal for precision aiming. The back is 6.6 cm wide, giving your hand plenty to rest on, and the front is 5.8 cm. A safe shape is one that allows for multiple grip styles, one that doesn't dictate exactly where you put your fingers, as the edges are fairly flat with small curves. There are subtle edges on both sides, which help you when picking it up, although because there are buttons on both sides, it might be difficult to find a place for your ring finger. Overall, this could suit people with hands between 14 to 19.5 cm. 14 to 17.5 should find it comfortable for palm grip, 15 to 19 cm for claw grip, and 18 to 19.5 cm for fingertip. It's 92 grams and the weight feels fairly well distributed, so it has good balance. Moving on to the buttons, here is a listen to the clicks. The left and right mouse buttons are listed as SteelSeries switches. They feel kind of padded, they don't feel crisp, so they should be good for people who want quiet buttons. I'd expect they work well in MOBA, and they were good in FPS as well. Mouse 3 is low and fairly hard to press in, with soft tactile feedback. It may not be the best for weapon changes and jumping, but it is quite good for scrolling through web pages and documents. The side buttons have some travel, they feel a bit weak, but they're usable. The DPI is an easy click, and it's well positioned with no accidental clicks. I can achieve my usual 72 clicks in 10 seconds, and in the click latency test, using a DM1 Pro for control, I managed to get the same average of 215 milliseconds. This is not a scientific test, and the results change day to day. That is why I use a second mouse for control. Overall, the buttons are pretty good, and they should perform well enough in all game types. Now let's talk about the ADNS 9500 laser sensor. There are a lot of mouse tests with statistics and machines giving answers. I'm going to give you the human tests, so you know how the sensor performs in-game for human hands. I use Quake Live because I'm most familiar with it. After playing for over 17 years, I can usually figure out if a mouse is a problem, or if it's just something in the game. Starting off with some rocket jumping, this is a very simple test, but a good indication of how the mouse performs in general. Fast flicks, fairly accurate, and this mouse is performing well. And moving the mouse across the pad as fast as I can, it doesn't spin out. In the sniper test, I zoom right into FOV1 and start with pixel by pixel movements at 810 CPI. Then speeding up a bit, and this isn't tracking too badly. At 1620 CPI, it seems a little worse, but still usable. With laser sensors, it's generally recommended to use lower CPI. Testing for acceleration and deceleration, I'm going to move the mouse across the pad very quickly, then track back slowly. And this mouse hasn't reached the initial position, meaning it has some deceleration. The liftoff distance is tested with DVDs, which are about 1.4mm thick. First trying on top of 2, and we see very minor movement. On 1, it tracks, so it's somewhere between 1.4 and 2.8mm, which is quite low. There is no easy way to test delay between movement of the mouse and on screen, but going by feel, this seems to have a little less responsiveness than other mice. In the line test, using a hard pad and a soft pad, we see the best performance at 810 CPI on the hard pad. However, I found that on the hard pad it is a bit slippery. I'd still prefer the control of a cloth pad. You can also see some jitter on the cloth pad, but no angle snapping and no skipping. The liftoff movement is well controlled, and there is absolutely no sensor rattle. This is quite a good performance from a laser sensor, but I still prefer the 3310 optical found in the Rival 300. Another important factor is build quality. I use too many mice to comment on durability, but I can give a general indication of how well it's made. When tapping it, there is the usual rattle from a lightweight mouse, being empty plastic, but when shaking it, there is almost no sound. If I hold down the buttons, I can't hear any rattles at all. So this seems like a well-built mouse. The materials on top and the sides are rubberized, which may not be durable, but they feel great, and personally, I prefer these kinds of mice. There is a bit of texture to the rubber, so combined with a safe shape, it should be easy to grip, but sweaty hands may cause a bit of a problem. The cable is 2 meters long, and a fairly soft, smooth braid, but it's a bit thicker than the others, as it doesn't fit into the mouse bungee properly. The size also adds some extra weight. There are 3 mouse feet, and they glide smoothly over the QCK+. In the software, we see the mouse can do 180 to 5670 CPI, and that's in increments of 90. You can set 2 of them, which you can switch between using the CPI button. And as usual, you can change the polling rate too. Buttons can be reassigned to the keyboard buttons, launch application, media, and mouse buttons, or you can create your own macros. The LEDs are white, and you can set the brightness with steady, breathing, or trigger effects. So they're the important parts of the mouse, but now for a personal opinion. Can I aim with it? The answer is yes, it's a safe and easy choice, good for projectiles, rapid fire, and sniper. And more importantly, I was comfortable using it and think it would suit a lot of people. I'd recommend this mouse for all game types and for general use. It's good, although I probably wouldn't use it in competition, because of the laser sensor. Hope that helps. Special thanks to mwave for sending this mouse for a review. If you want to support the channel, you can go buy it from mwave.com.au, or if you're overseas, you can use the Amazon links, or you can get it directly from SteelSeries. All the links and extra information is in the description, so check that. Subscribe for more reviews and gaming videos, and if you want a mouse recommendation, please visit my website and use the search. So thanks for watching, like this video, and I'll catch you in the next.